I started the management by asking that if they could tell us about the IPO, what essentially is the dilution and how much they are raising in the company.
Yeah, we are raising 450 crores. It's all primary. The size of the issue is 450 crores. There are three main objects of this particular issue. The first object is that we are spending about 235 odd crores in building out a cloud-based data center. In this e-commerce framework, we've got a interesting model where we've got a Build-A-Bazaar marketplace that allows merchants to build out their own stores as well as sell across any of the marketplaces, so it be Infibeam.com or others. So what we do is that we allow merchants to sell their products and services across multiple interfaces across the e-commerce platforms. And for that, in order to essentially get the scalability, reliability, as well as underlying control, we're spending that capital in the cloud-based data center in Gift City, Gandhinagar. There's about 37.5 crores that we are spending towards building out logistics centers. We already have 12 logistics centers. We're expanding into 75 additional logistics centers. This is for last mile delivery. And then there's about 67 odd crores that we are spending towards software development. This is the mobile ad-based platform. We believe merchants who are on our platform, when they use the ad-based framework to generate more leads and traffic, then more merchants will migrate to Build-A-Bazaar marketplace platform. The rest of it is GCP.
Right. So markets are concerned about the two lead book managers, ICICI and Kotak, exiting from the issue when you have come and hit the markets. Can you just tell us about that? What was the reason why they exited?
Sure. When we actually filed the prospectus, at that time we filed with Kotak and ICICI Bank. So typically what ends up happening is that the diligence is done by all the four banks. When it came to marketing the issue, we went with SBI Caps and Elara, and we are happy with what they've done.
Right. Broadly, sir, can you explain us that what does the company do? How does it make money? What has been the journey of the last 5 years?
Basically, in an ecosystem of e-commerce, there is always a merchant or a supplier who wants to connect to a customer and sell their products and services. So similar in an offline world, when you have a retailer, they would want to connect through customers in their own shop, as well as allow customers to essentially go back and access their products and services through other channels as well. So what we do is that we allow merchants, as in someone who wants to sell the products and services to customers, to create their own online shop using our Build-A-Bazaar marketplace platform. And then we also allow the same products and services to be listed across other marketplaces on the internet e-commerce platform, one of them being Infibeam.com. So what we realized is that in a fragmented ecosystem, when there are so many different merchants and suppliers, they want to connect the products and services to customers across multiple channels. And what we allow them to do is that we allow them to build their own online identity presence. So if the merchant name is actually their URL, then customers can go and purchase products and services on the merchant URL, as well as allow the merchant to list the products and services on other marketplaces, including Infibeam.com and others. So that is what we do. We allow merchants to sell across multiple marketplaces, including their own, and our Build-A-Bazaar marketplace allows them to do it at scale. We today allow merchants to sell in India. We've also expanded the Build-A-Bazaar marketplace into international territories. We've expanded that into Middle East as well as Europe. Yes.
Can you tell us about the market share of the company, the size, the opportunity that Infibeam is targeting?
Sure. What I can tell you is that e-commerce is essentially seeing quite a bit of growth in the past few years in India, according to the Technopack report. You will find that there are 35 million odd shoppers in India as of 2015. That is only 11% of all the people who have internet access, according to the report. And that 35 million shoppers is expected to go to 180 million by 2020 as per the report. So if you look at the global scenario, India has of course had a good penetration of internet. As of 2015, it was 19%, and in the next 5 years, by 2020, it's expected to go to 40%. So the total internet penetration, if you will, in India in the past few years has significantly increased. And the online consumption as well has seen a good amount of increase. the total pie of retail, according to the report, is 585 billion as of 2015. Out of it, 7 billion happened online. So it is only 1.2% of the total retail consumption that happened online. That same number, when you actually look at the report, it says that it is expected to grow to 4% from 1.2%. So not only the retail consumption, the retail pie is expected to grow, the online consumption in that is also expected to grow. What Infibeam does is we allow merchants to go back and sell the products and services across any of the marketplaces as well as their own. So the question is that it is not either or. If you are a merchant, then you can set up your own store, and then you can also sell your products and services across other marketplaces as well. When you come to look at what it means in terms of the total positioning of Infibeam, we have a model that allows merchant to actually sell across multiple URLs. So it is not necessary to be an e-commerce company where you say that every customer has to come onto a single destination or a single URL. When that happens, then what tends to happen is that you're looking at consumptions on to that one particular URL. What Infibeam does is we allow merchants to sell across multiple endpoint destinations, including their own. And as a result, it allows merchants to have that flexibility to essentially access traffic and customers across multiple interfaces, one of them being their own, and also on Infibeam.com and other marketplaces.
Right, sir. That was about the top line and the addressable market size. Can you talk about the margins? How does the company make money? What essentially is the focus on margins?
Typically, what you have is there are three different models as per the Technopack report that you would see across the e-commerce space. One of them is called e-retail. E-retail is where you actually buy the product and then you sell the product. So you're purchasing the product from the supplier and then you're selling the product to the end user. That is called e-retail. The second one is called a marketplace model. Marketplace is such that there is a merchant who is selling directly to a customer. So basically the e-commerce company is acting just as a platform. You allow the merchant to access the customer onto the platform. The third model that exists is called the managed marketplace model. In a managed marketplace model, you have the merchant accessing the customer on the platform, but the e-commerce company also helps out in fulfillment, logistics, and customer service and many other interfaces. So these are the three models that typically exist in e-commerce, which is defined as per the report. What Infibeam does is we also allow merchants to build their own store as well as access customers across multiple interfaces. So we work like a Build-A-Bazaar marketplace that allows merchants to build their own online stores and access customers across multiple marketplaces.
So thank you so much for taking out time for us. A pleasure talking to you and all the best.